Hi. Hopefully take two is good. I got rid of the extra shining light. My hope is actually not to just post this video here. My hope is to actually put it up on YouTube so more people see it and understand where I'm coming from. Well, not understand where I'm coming from, but just hear other viewpoints. So let's see. I hope everyone's holidays were great and uneventful. We were kind of snowed bound, cold weather here. We're finally warming up a little bit, but it's supposed to get cold again. So the kids are finally back in school and back in a regular routines and back at work and things like that. So I am doing this video because I have so much to say. Obviously, you all know it. So if you don't want to hear me, that's fine. So this is what I have to say. You know, I've been very vocal about the Netflix series Rotten, and I'm much more of a public speaker than I am of a writer. So it's harder for me to get my actual feelings across, I think. And I think for anybody when you're like on groups and stuff like that. So I prefer to take this venue to do it. So my thoughts on the Netflix series Rotten was, I did write it down and I did watch it with my husband. And I do think that they missed a huge chunk of the population. I think that they missed their mark. I'm not happy that they had no board-certified allergists on. But I'm not rehashing all of that. That's one problem. That's a huge problem because people are, who don't have any connection to food allergies are now thinking that this is what food allergies are about. And they, walked away from this series because I spoke to many people. And I've been having a lot of interactions with people, and it seems that the consensus was that they walked away thinking that the real food allergy crisis is peanuts, and that we have a real crisis because it's peanut butter and peanuts, and it's the most common food allergy, and it's the most dangerous one, and that's what people took away from this piece. And I know others did not like that they tried to make us sympathetic for the peanut farmers. I didn't feel sympathetic, but I'm glad that they showed us their struggles. But food allergies affect every single industry, and we missed that mark. I mean, the dairy industry is greatly affected. It would have been a great Netflix topic to see how the dairy industry keeps suing and going after the alternative milk industry because they don't want them to use the word milk because they're obviously feeling threatened. But no one talked about the dairy industry in the fact that we have milk allergy deaths that are growing yearly, and that children have these severe milk allergies, and they're sitting in classrooms filled with milk, surrounded by that powdered dust, by milk containers. Milk is in every single school lunch. It's required by USDA law. Could Netflix have taken that exploration? Yeah, they could have. Could they have educated about eggs and wheat? There was so much that they missed on this, and I feel that they did more damage than good. And why do I say that? And I know many people are going to be upset about this. So just today, just in the last half hour, which is why I'm kind of doing this live, because I got upset, I took to Twitter and I just wanted to see what was going on in my feed. And I saw an allergy organization in Tennessee posted that peanuts the most common food allergy. And then I saw some other food allergy advocates now posting all over, peanut is the most common and most dangerous food allergy. So what happened as a result of this Netflix piece is that now we have that idea of peanut that some of us have been working so hard against to fight for equal awareness of all food allergens, to work for equal policies, and to have equal protections and inclusion for every single kind of food allergy. People have now come back and they're waving their flag based on this one study, by the way, one study, and we're not even sure how that study was conducted. It was one study. So I'm not comfortable pointing to one study when 3 studies say something else, or 2 or 3 studies say something else. And the question, again, is how was this study conducted? I don't think, in my mind, I think that no one should say one allergen is the more common allergen or the more dangerous allergen. Because at the end of the day, and if you take nothing else from my videos, and you take nothing else from what I say, listen to this. It doesn't matter what's most common. It doesn't matter what's most dangerous. Bottom line, we have top 8 food allergens in the United States. In Europe and Canada, they have more. They have 14 and 11. We have 8. That means that 90% of food allergy reactions are to top 8 foods. These are the most common foods to have an allergic reaction to. Is it the only food to have an allergic reaction to? No. Are fruit anaphylaxis and spice anaphylaxis and other kinds of allergies rising? Yes. So, does it help anybody to point to one food allergen and say it's the most common? No, it doesn't. Because, first of all, the sentence should be that in the United States, we have top 8 food allergies. That's it. We have top 8 most common food allergies. That's the line that should be said. However, we have this problem where we're trying to make peanut the big bad, and I see my followers are dropping off. That's fine. The sentence needs to be top 8 most common food allergies. We should not be singling to look for the most common, because truthfully, the most common are the top 8. The second thing is, I am so proud of FAIR, and I know that I always get stressed out by them, but they listened and they did make a beautiful slide with the facts. And, you know, I give them credit for that because they did put it out there. And unfortunately, a lot of people did not want to hear that, but it was put out there. The second thing is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's most common. It doesn't matter how many kids are in a class with a peanut allergy, milk allergy, whatever. It matters to what that person in particular is allergic to. And if we are trying to send out tweets and studies and messages that, oh, peanut's the most common and it's the most deadly, that does a disservice to the rest of us, to anyone else with the about 170 other foods that have been proven to cause anaphylaxis. So I think that this Netflix thing, and I think that this research study that happened based on this one research, did so much damage to the majority of the food allergy suffering community, and I don't want to say suffering, food allergy patient community, because it again is feeding those who only want to say peanut is the one to be afraid of, and it's marginalizing the rest of us with other ones. The message should never be this, what came out of that. The message should be food allergies are broad. We have top 8 in the country. They're responsible for 90% of the reactions that happen, but any food allergy is potentially dangerous. Any food allergy is capable of causing anaphylaxis to that particular person. That's the message that should have come out, didn't come out, is not coming out, and people are now like waving this little, peanut is the most common. Yes, I understand that this rotten episode was called The Peanut Problem, but when you're going to do something about food allergies as a whole, and you're kind of billing it as tackling the food allergy problem. You're not tackling the food allergy problem. You're tackling one piece of the food allergy problem. So, yeah, I'm not supportive of this, and I know others who are not as well. I will be writing a letter to the producers, not that I think it would matter, but a well-rounded food allergy documentary would, I think, in my ideal world, would cover everyone with top 8, highlight someone with top 8, would mention the top 8 and how any of the top 8 can cause fatal anaphylaxis. I would also, in my ideal, I don't know why I keep saying idea, but in my ideal situation, I would also highlight that any food can cause that. And I would also have a board certified allergist who works with families and kids and adults and all different viewpoints, who actually is in the field in the sense of every day seeing the struggles and seeing the way of life, and just knowing more about, the food allergy itself. I would like to see them have more of a say. I would love for one to also be put out for us that talks about real risks of food allergies. And honestly, like I think everyone is in agreement that Chef Ming Tsai was the highlight of this show, and honestly, he was. And I walked away feeling like he understood and he was trying to get the message out, and that it wasn't just peanuts. So I know a lot of you who are going to view this are going to think, oh, it's just not peanuts, but I really need people to understand that milk allergy deaths are rising, and they're in the news more and more, and it's not fair to single out a single allergen, and that people with all food allergies really do deserve to have their allergen understood, taken seriously, and not marginalized by other food allergy people. So with that, I'm going to go, I guess, and if you have any comments or questions, please let me know, but do know that I am working to get factual, correct information out, and it's just very disheartening to me just to see. I know that the CEO of FARE said what he said about, unifying the community, unifying the food allergy community, but this has divided yet again. It's an example of how the food allergy community was divided, and so that's the upsetting part. And I just hope that we could, let us voice our concerns and not shoot us down and not call us names, but to hear us out and say that this perspective's not right and we have our own perspective, and allow us to voice our perspective. So that's my hope. With that, have a great day, and I'll be online. Bye.